From Wish TV and the All Indiana Podcast Network, this is the Business, Equity, and Opportunities Podcast with Scott Sander.
Welcome to the Business, Equity, and Opportunities Podcast. I'm Scott Sander. On this episode,
this year's Mira Awards honored 20 of Indiana's most innovative companies and leaders in the state's technology ecosystem. IronWorkz up in Gary, Indiana, won the Community Impact Award for its grassroots-focused entrepreneurial hub, providing resources to develop ideas and get businesses started.
Every business is unique and has a target audience. If you own or manage a business, Circulus Digital Media can help you connect and grow your customer base with turnkey digital solutions that are nimble, offering best-in-class results, service, and support to reach a bigger customer base, allowing you to pinpoint a specific audience down to the smallest details. Get outside the city, the state, span the globe. Put Circulus Digital Media to work for you. Get started now at circulusdigital.com. That's circulusdigital.com. This is Business, Equity, and Opportunities. Getting started.
We're so thrilled to have celebrated our annual Mira Awards. We have one of the most number of applicants into our award categories across 20 different categories this year. Had nearly 1,200 key stakeholder attendees at our annual gala. Really, it's an annual opportunity to put on the Indiana's biggest night for tech innovation and showcase the success story we have here in our tech community and build that community rally and camaraderie for what we're accomplishing as a whole. And it's been super fun. I think one of the magic sauce for Mira, it's really built out by the community and for the community over time. So the community support has been terrific. Not surprisingly, out of the 20 categories around talent, innovation, and community Impact Awards is one of the most competitive. It's most coveted award because it really touches on what you're doing to drive talent. What are you doing to drive entrepreneurship? Potentially what you're doing to uplifting individuals and companies residing within our community sphere. And we're so thrilled, not only IronWorkz has won, given their entrepreneurial and talent-based approach, but also it's won outside of our core markets. It's in the northwest corner of the state. So for them to be able to get the stage, share their story, share with us, the rest of the state, what they're doing, what kind of impact they've been driving, it's exactly what we're doing the Mira Awards for.
So IronWorkz is a nonprofit business incubator. We like to consider ourselves the launch pad for entrepreneurship within the Northwest Indiana space, specifically Gary, Indiana. I was born and raised in Gary. However, after some time, my parents recognized that I needed to be in a stronger school system. And unlike many others, I was fortunate enough for me to have parents that had that financial stability to put me in a different school district that allowed me to have different resources. And so for me, being that I still have friends, in Gary, and we grew up having different side hustles and things like that, it was just, for me, how come I didn't see anyone in these pitch competitions that looked like me? And that was the issue. And so IW was the first iteration of creating a space where students also have the opportunities to learn about entrepreneurship and recognize that their side hustles are called something. Right. And there's a way to truly turn that into a business and potentially profit off of it. And so that's the biggest reason behind it.
The community at first is like, what are these young people up to? Right. They don't understand the gravity of what all we're doing and the intensity and the scope of what all we're doing. But as time has gone on, we've seen even some of the community veterans, we've seen people get behind the movement and see it as more than this program, right? See that we're here to stick around. And I'm so thankful that in this 2 years, we have established some what will probably be lifelong partnerships for the organization and for the community.
IronWorkz receiving the Community Impact Award is not only a huge accomplishment for the organization, but it's also a really huge accomplishment for Northwest Indiana. As of January 31st of this year, 2025, we are 2 years old. And so we have really been taking large strides within our community to not only get people more acclimated with entrepreneurship and understanding the pathway, but we've been really working to bridge the gaps within the community in terms of how do you get access to those resources. And so to be able to show and convey that, hey, we started from the ground up, essentially ground zero, to really start building a community, it just really shows a lot in how much ground we've covered since we've started.
And I think back to our last back to school bash, right? So not only, do we talk about entrepreneurship, but one thing that we definitely harp on is community engagement. And so this event was not necessarily tied so much to the entrepreneurship. We did highlight young entrepreneurs here, but the focus was on the community, the engagement, giving back, taking some of the money that's donated to us and, purchasing things so students can be ready for school. We planned for around 200 people to be in attendance, and we tracked over 500 people, right? Through the course of that 3 hours. That is astronomical. We were able to give away brand new shoes and/or back to school backpacks with supplies inside to over, I believe, 125 local students in Lake County. So that was huge win. And we're looking forward to doing it again this summer. We might need a bigger location eventually.
I think for me, one, I think it's important to also acknowledge the fact that we also have other full-time jobs, right? So outside of IronWorkz, I do work full-time as a consultant. And so that keeps me busy. But the thing that keeps me going to push past the 40 plus hour work week is being able to connect with students and small business owners. And when we're having that conversation and they may be struggling through something, or even just with a student not recognizing their ability with their imagination and what they can create and develop, seeing that light bulb go off for the first time, saying, hey, wait, this actually might be a good idea, and I want to pursue this, right? That really, it lights me up on the inside, just because it further provides value as to why we started this in the first place, right? Giving students the opportunity to see that college is an option, trade school is an option, but you're never too young to start a business, and don't let anyone else tell you that otherwise, right?
Our thanks again to all the contributors who joined us for this episode of the Business Equity and Opportunities Podcast. We hope you found it enlightening, useful, and inspiring. You'll find more information about the show on our website, beoshow.com. You can watch Business Equity and Opportunities Sunday mornings at 10 on Wish TV, or live stream it through wishtv.com. Each week we provide 7 full segments with topics ranging from how to get started and how to access capital to the day-to-day running of your business and questions about accounting and bookkeeping. We feature business news and trends and always share a success story from one of our contributors. Join us next time for more insights into the world of small business. Be sure to sign up for our Business Equity and Opportunities newsletter to get even more valuable, up-to-date information. And if you have any questions or you'd like to be part of our show, please email us. The address is beo@wishtv.com. We'd love to hear from you. I'm Scott Sander. Thanks for listening.
Watch the Business Equity and Opportunity Show on Wish TV and access all of our content and share it on demand anytime at beoshow.com. You can find more podcasts from Wish TV on the All Indiana Podcast Network at allindianapodcastnetwork.com.